Obviously, we're excited to win. I mean, as you can see, anytime you play those guys, it's a grind. Thought we played a pretty good first half again, I think, defensively, except for that last touchdown we gave up. I mean, really had them shut out there. For the offense, I think we had 4 drives in the first half, scored on 3 of them. Thought Colin Rogers made 2 big kicks for us to kind of just, especially that second one, it was a long one when we needed it. And what I was proud of the guys that didn't get frustrated, offensively. We know that happens. A lot of times you run 48 plays, it's because you're not playing well. It wasn't the case tonight. And then the way the second half started, a call that's just kind of a freak deal, doesn't go our way. We'd stopped them, big 3 and out, we're getting the ball. Doesn't go our way, they go score. And really, I thought from that point on, we really just took control of the game. I was really proud of how we finished. That's something we hadn't been doing in general. It was 40-20 with about 7 minutes to go. Now, credit them. I mean, they just fight and claw, man. They made, we've got to put the game away and make it easier on ourselves than we surely did. But overall, for our defense to play 101 snaps against that option and really for the majority of the game do a really good job, because that's what's so hard about it, just over and over and over. And you got to keep playing assignment football. And then offensively to score 40 points on 48 plays, it's just a really good team win.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned the, weird call that, by the book is correct, but then they go down 3 plays, score immediately, take the lead for the first time. What did you really learn about your team in the moment after that, and specifically Tanner Mordecai felt like he really responded tonight?
He did, yeah. I mean, every year you got to have those moments, right? Sometimes it's not even winning a game, it's how you win. And so, again, it's 13-7, tight game. We're playing well. We knew it was going to be hard no matter what. We get a big 3 and out. I mean, that's huge because they could have gone down and right down the field and it had been different. And it was a freak deal. We're all human. And so to go out and then they go right down and score and the momentum just totally flips. They're up 14-13. We're behind. Something didn't go our way. The offense goes and scores 2 plays later. Tanner pulls it on his own read and shows he's pretty fast straight ahead anyways. And, I thought he played lights out during the game. Looking at the stat line, 20 of 27, 3 TDs. If you ever told me he'd lead us in rushing, I'd called you crazy. But he made some big plays, a big scramble that was a touchdown, then got called back, but still that was a 3rd down and goal. We ended up scoring a touchdown instead of having to kick a field goal. And then late, a scramble hit Dylan Goffney on a big play. He was a stud. He was a winner tonight. And like I said, just really proud of our team of how we did it. Again, the last 7 minutes, we want to be better, but it was a big win for us.
I know there's a big one coming next week, and there always is, but do you feel a little bit of a weight off your shoulder, the shoulders of those guys in that locker room just a little bit?
Yeah, we just needed a win, and to have the locker room in there, they're celebrating. Our strength coach, Sean Griswold, this is the 150th win he's had in his career. We've been trying to get it for him for 3 weeks. But just to have a celebrated locker room, that's what they do it for. They work so hard. We know we played the hardest schedule in our league, and these last 3 weeks have been tough, and we've let opportunities slip. And, you think you're a good team, you think you're not playing bad ball, but you're not getting anything to show for it. And so it was critical that we get a win, not for the rest of the season and conference championships and all that, just to get a win. Because I think we have a good team. I think we can compete with everybody in our schedule. It's going to get really hard next week, but we just needed that to kind of, recenter us, get our edge back, realize that we do have a good football team. The one we saw start the first 2 weeks of the season, the one we saw go on the road to Maryland and play well but not win. And so that's probably the most important thing, just getting a win any way we could.
You talked about your defense being out there for 101 snaps and the challenges of facing the Navy offense, which you face only once a year. How did you simulate that in practice, or who were the key guys? I know you had a couple extra days because your last game was Wednesday, but who were the guys that simulated the Navy offense in practice? That
we had a really good scout team. I can't give you all the names, but there was a bunch of guys over there doing a really good job. Scott Simons, they put a great plan together. We did. When the schedule came out, we thought we had a bye week for Navy. That went away real quick. And so to do it with really not a lot of extra prep and to stop the option, you see it once a year. It's tough. Like offense and defense didn't go against each other one day in practice. So both scout teams, our defensive scout team had to help the offense all week. And Navy's been really good on defense, and it's unique. And then the same way for our offensive scout service and our defense. You can't simulate it. And the option part and what they do, again, overall, we did a pretty good job of. Got 2 big turnovers. Thought we had some big 4th down stops in the first quarter that kept the momentum in our favor. The last 2 drives at the end, when they're throwing the ball, you feel like you'd be in pretty good shape, and we weren't. So we got to clean that up. But you're right. The look team did an excellent job.
Talk about the defensive line. One of the things was a different looking defensive line, obviously. I think DeVere was on the end a few times. Just how big was it for guys to do some different things to counter what Navy does?
Well, we knew that, Navy, first of all, Ken does an excellent job every year. They're a really good football team. But, the discipline, the detail, the toughness, that's what they do. We have to match that. So when you play that kind of team defensively, it sounds cliche, but you got to play disciplined assignment football. And you may not be making the tackle, but you're doing your job to let someone else do it. Someone's got to tackle the dive. Someone's got to tackle the quarterback. Someone's got to tackle the pitch. Someone's got to be on the wideout. And then you got to run the football and tackle. And so for those guys, like you said, DeVere played at end, and Kiki played a lot of snaps kind of on the line of scrimmage because they have a jumbo set. And so it makes you do a lot of unique things. And to credit to those guys, not worrying about the stats, not worrying about just doing their job for 4 quarters. That's what we had to do, and that's what I think we did.
Rasheed had 6 targets, but obviously Dylan Goffney 4 for 116 and a touchdown. Jordan, Curley had a nice play on the sideline. Roderick Daniels. Long story short, it seems like other receivers did step up tonight.
Yeah.
And I guess how important was that, especially with Rasheed kind of, nicked up a little
it's
bit.
huge. I mean, to have Curley back, to have Moochie make the big play on the post. You said Dylan Goffney, Roderick Daniels. Calvin had an opportunity. I know Austin, I don't think, had a catch, but Austin's been just a stud leader for us. That was huge. We let a couple opportunities slip early. We had a drop or 2 early, and we bounced back from it. And, now we get to give Rasheed a hard time about getting caught on the first play of the game.
You're down a couple of running backs. You're thin, missing some of your key guys at receiver as well. And to piggyback off of Joe, obviously other guys stepped up. But did you and Coach Woods tailor your play calling at all to accommodate for the missing guys?
No. I mean, we knew it was going to be hard to run on them. You got to have some semblance of balance. But, I thought T.J. McDaniel's been ready to roll and had a great week and did a lot of good things for us. Thought getting Tyler Levine in there, that's their kind of game. Kamar, with Trey and Velton out. We knew going in the year all those guys could help us win, and they've done that. No, we did what we felt like we needed to do to win. I think we let a couple opportunities slip on the first drive, and then the 2 field goal drives. We dropped 2 touchdown passes on the second one, I think, and then the first one, my mind's gone blank. But we could have been up again, kind of our story, 21 or so. But they just kept fighting, and so having those other guys step up is big because we're going to need it the next 6 weeks.